Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English news edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The top stories of tonight are: the AIFGN mission in Djibouti highlights the importance of strategic partnership and ongoing dialogue between the two countries, Djibouti and France. And regarding the World Cup 2026, the FIFA Pass allows holders to schedule a U.S. visa appointment but does not guarantee that the visa will be issued according to U.S. State Department. Those were the top stories, and welcome back in our newsroom. The Kempinski Palace Hotel hosted yesterday morning the introductory conference of the study mission of the French National Defense Advanced Studies Institute, underscoring once again the historic partnership between Djibouti and France. The ceremony was attended by Abdul Qadir Hussein Omar, Djibouti's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, spokesperson of the government, Jérôme Bresson, French Ambassador to Djibouti, General Sébastien Valette, Commander of the French forces stationed in Djibouti, and General Hervé de Corrège, Director General of IHEDN. Participants did not fail to praise the mission as a long-standing tradition that reflects the quality of a strategic dialogue and the close cooperation between the two countries. The IHDN was recognized for its key role in fostering intellectual exchanges, strategic reflection, and mutual understanding of defense and security challenges. Both nations reaffirm their commitment to peace, stability, dialogue, and cooperation, the cornerstone principles guiding their diplomatic efforts and bilateral partnership. Djibouti's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation government spokesperson Abdul Qadir Hussein Omar affirmed that the Republic of Djibouti and the French Republic reaffirmed their shared commitment to the principles of peace, stability, dialogue, and cooperation, which forms the foundation of their diplomatic actions and bilateral partnership. He also highlighted that Djibouti's foreign policy, conducted under the leadership of President Gele, is guided by a clear and consistent vision aimed at promoting regional stability and sustainable development. Finally, the minister reiterated the two countries' shared desire to continue and strengthen their strategic partnership based on trust, mutual respect, and converging interests for the benefits of regional and international stability as well. Other news now: the Ministry of Women and Family holds a coordination workshop on the fight against FGM. The Ministry of Women and Family organized today a coordination workshop at the People's Palace dedicated to combating female genital mutilation. The event aims to strengthen collaboration between government actors and partners committed to protecting girls and women. The workshop brought together sectoral ministries, a representative from non-governmental organizations, a local association, as well as health and human rights experts. Participants discussed prevention strategies, monitoring of existing programs, and ways and means to raise awareness about the health and social consequence of FGM. In her opening remarks, the Minister of Women and Family emphasized the importance of collective engagement to eradicate this practice, while highlighting the need to promote education and awareness among families and young people. In her remarks, the Minister of Women and Family, Muna Osman Adan, emphasized the importance of collective commitment to eradicate these practices, strengthen the need to reinforce education and awareness among families and young people. The Minister also stated that the workshop is part of the government ongoing effort to combat FGM and protect the fundamental rights of women and girls in the country. She explained that the meeting aims to enhance cooperation among various government bodies and partners involved in the protection of girls and women. And she finally added that the discussion focused on prevention strategies, monitoring ongoing programs, and finding ways and means to raise awareness about the health and social consequence of FGM. And tonight, magazine highlights the inauguration by President Ismail Omar Agile of the second phase of integrated urban development project in Balbala commune on last Thursday, January 22nd. Let's watch this report.
The new Gendarmerie Brigade is equipped with modern facility that meets the operational and material requirements of the force's core mission, which is protecting people and property. These infrastructures strengthen local security, enhance the response capacity of the security forces, and ensure better protection for the population. It also contributes to building trust between citizens and institutions by bringing security service closer to local communities and fostering a safer, more peaceful environment with modern equipment and adapted facilities. This brigade will enable law enforcement to respond more efficiently to daily needs and emergencies. Following this inauguration, the President of the Republic laid the foundation stone for the future Family and Child Protection Brigade. These new units will notably address gender-based violence, including cyber-related cases. It will be equipped with specialized technological tools, personnel capable of conducting complex digital investigation while providing comprehensive care for victims. The inaugurated shopping center comprised 76 units of various sizes. The smallest space, mainly for selling fruits and vegetables, are leased at 15,000 Djiboutian francs per month, while larger commercial units are leased to 25,000 francs Djibouti per month. An important initiative accompanied this system, a 6-month grace period during which tenants are exempt for rent, serving as a key driver for local economic growth. The new liable market provides a strong, modern, and secure environment, improving working conditions for merchants and facilitating access to essential goods and services for the population. It contributes to job creation, support local entrepreneurship, promote the gradual formalization of business activities, and enhance stakeholders' income and strengthen the social cohesion in the neighborhood. These modern facilities provide young people with a space for practicing multi-sport discipline. Beyond physical activities, they serve as a tool for social cohesion, ensuring positive guidance for youth, preventing risky behavior, and installing values such as discipline. As a fully integrated development hub, all these infrastructures contribute to job creation, combating job creation and delinquency, and preserving peace and stability in the region. Through this acquisition of these new public facilities, our country is taking a major step forward in urban development and in providing citizens in the neighborhood with essential means for their well-being and personal growth.
Still with the national news, the Chief of Staff of the Djiboutian Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, received today at the Hassan Bassouma Hassan Officers Hotel the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Djibouti, Abdullah Matrik Al-Duzairi, in his office for an introductory meeting. The meeting provided both officials the opportunity to exchange greetings and discuss in general terms the friendly relations and cooperation between the Republic of Djibouti and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The discussions were held in a cordial and respectful atmosphere, reflecting their shared desire to maintain constructive dialogue and strengthen bilateral relations between the two countries. And at the conclusion of the meeting, a symbolic exchange of gifts took place between the Chief of Staff and the Saudi ambassador, highlighting the quality of bilateral relations and mutual respect between the two parties. Djiboutian Coast Guard hosted visiting officers cadet from Arta Military Academy. And as part of effort to strengthen institutional ties, the Djiboutian Coast Guard today welcomed a delegation of graduated officers, cadet from the Alta Military Academy for an official visit to its facilities and an in-depth immersion into its core missions. The visit began at the Dorale camp, the main operational base of the Djiboutian Coast Guard. Upon arrival, officers, cadets, and their supervising officers were received by Colonel Wais Omar Bokore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, alongside several operational leaders. And during the welcome remarks, the importance of the visit in the training of future officers was highlighted, as well as the strategic role of the Coast Guard in protecting national maritime interests, safeguarding human life at sea, and securing maritime spaces. The welcome session was followed by a general presentation on the Djiboutian Coast Guard, giving the officers cadet a clear understanding of its organization and missions as a key factor in maritime safety and security. Discussion also focused on the various components of state action at sea, combating illicit activities, maritime security and safety, as well as daily rescue and assistance operations carried out for the benefits of seafarers. And at the conclusion of the meeting, a gift exchange was held between the two parties. During this immersion, the officers cadets received a detailed presentation and toured the various departments to learn about the operational capabilities of the Coast Guard, including maritime assets, technical equipment, and command and control systems. The Coast Guard officers also explained the operational procedures implemented at different levels, direct and interactive exchange with the personnel loader, the officer cadets, to gain a better understanding of the realities of the field, the demands of the maritime environment, and the ongoing dedication of the men and women of the Djiboutian Coast Guard. This experience provided the future officers with a concrete vision of the professionalism, discipline, and sense of duty that define Coast Guard missions. The visit highlighted how hands-on training and real-life experience help develop capable officers. Let's not forget that it also highlighted the Coast Guard essential role in ensuring maritime security and safeguarding the country's maritime security. Direct and interactive exchange with the personnel allowed the officers cadet to gain good expertise from the Coast Guard agents of the realities of the field, the demands of maritime environment, and the ongoing dedication of the men and women of the Djiboutian Coast Guard. Following the presentation and facility tours, the officers cadets embarked on Djiboutian Coast Guard patrol vessels for an operational sea immersion. This visit allowed them to observe maritime operations firsthand and witness the implementation of state action at sea, a mission carried out daily by Coast Guard. During the embarkation, the cadet officers also had the opportunity to explore strategic port facilities and gain insights or information into the security and surveillance systems put in place by Coast Guard personnel to safeguard port areas, sensitive infrastructure, and maritime activities. The sea operations enable the future officers to familiarize themselves with maritime and communication assets, operational procedures, and the coordination mechanism between onboard teams and onshore command centers. Exchanges with the patrol commanders and crew highlighted the specific challenges of the maritime environment, the safety requirements at sea, and the responsiveness needed during intervention. Let's be reminded that this practical phase represented a crucial part of the visit, providing the officers cadet with a concrete understanding of operational realities and the professionalism required in carrying out the missions of the Djiboutian Coast Guard. Moving on to the next story, on Friday, the Hassan Guled Abtidon Stadium was the stage for a major sporting event, the 25th edition of the Djibouti Half Marathon, organized by Djibouti Telecom. This prominent athletic event has become one of the key competitions on both the national and regional sporting calendar. The event brought together hundreds of athletes, men and women, competing in a variety of races. A 5 kilometer race for boys and girls, a 2 kilometers race for people with disabilities, a 10 kilometers race for girls, and the main 21 kilometers half marathon, which attracted great anticipation and featured a high level of competition. Runners from 8 countries, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, South Sudan, Burundi, Zimbabwe, and Angola participated in the 21 kilometers half marathon, highlighting the regional and international scope of the event. Let's not forget that Djibouti made a remarkable showing, claiming the top 4 position in the overall rankings, with Burundi finishing 5th. The main 21 kilometers race was dominated by runners from the Republican Guard. Muhyiddin Abdi of the Republican Guard won the first place, followed by Hani from the Djiboutian Coast Guard, while Hamza, also of the Republican Guard, secured the third place. With its 25th edition, the Djibouti Telecom Half Marathon once again reinforced its pivotal role in promoting sport, athletic excellence, and exclusively, while establishing Djibouti as a premier destination for major sporting event now.
مختار اسمه سمرية ملك جيبوتي.
In a statement, Colonel Wais Omar Bokore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, first of all expressed his gratitude to Djibouti Telecom for organizing this high-level competition, as well as to the General Secretary of Sport for their excellent management of the event. He also praised the national athletes who proudly represented Djibouti against strong competitors from 8 other countries in the region. As the commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, he warmly congratulated his athletes on their outstanding performance and encouraged them to continue on this path. Finally, he expressed his appreciation to the head of state for his commitment to the development of national sport. Meanwhile, the director of sport, Abshir Ali Hassan, did not fail to congratulate all participants, both organizers and athletes. He also highlighted that for the first time, doping tests were conducted, where he described as a positive indicator of the significant progress achieved in athletics in Djibouti. He added that no effort was spared to ensure the success of the competition. Similarly, the president of the Djibouti Athletics Federation, Saeed Ismail, expressed his great pride in the successful organization of the Djibouti Telecom Half Marathon, describing it as a high-level sporting event. He encouraged other partners and institutions to follow this example in supporting the development of athletics. Now, this closing ceremony of MENFOP inspectors, the training on AI applied to education. The certificate ceremony marking the conclusion of the generative artificial intelligence training took place on Monday, January 26, 2026 in Djibouti at the Regional Francophone Center for Africa, known as CREFA. This major initiative positions national education inspectors at the forefront of the digital transformation of the education system. Launched last October under the supervision of the General Inspectorate of National Education. This intensive training involved pedagogical inspectors as well as staff from the Directorate General of ICT, spread over 14 sessions across 4 months. It enables participants to master AI tools and leverage them to enhance their supervisory, evaluation, and educational management responsibilities. Funded by the International Organization of La Francophonie through CREFA, the program was led by Djiboutian expert Dr. Hussein Ahmed Assoui. Under the auspices of the State Secretariat for Sport, the Salama Association for Sport and Environmental Protection, in close collaboration with the Sovereign Carbon Agency, organized a community cleanup day in the Salama neighborhood. Many young people and local residents participated, cleaning the main street, and demonstrating a strong sense of civic responsibility and collective commitment to environmental protection. In his speech during the event, the president of the Salama Association for Sport and Environmental Protection, Ahmed Ali Mohammed, expressed his gratitude to the State Secretariat for Sport for its ongoing support of community initiative. He emphasized that cleanliness is everyone's responsibility and that each resident has a role to play in maintaining their neighborhood clean. And on the international scene now, severe floods in Mozambique have caused a major humanitarian crisis, particularly in Maputo and Sofala provinces. Over 645,000 people, mostly children, have been affected, with more than 91,000 in temporary shelters. The floods destroyed roads, schools, health center, and thousands of hectares of farmland, affecting over 111,000 farmers and killing livestock. Authorities warn of waterborne disease like cholera and malaria. Rescue teams are using helicopters and boats to reach isolated areas, while a coordination center in some regions ensure rapid aid to the most needed people. And now regarding the 2026 World Cup. U.S. President Donald Trump announced a new system for scheduled visa appointment last November, which went into effect this Tuesday. The FIFA card applies to holders of 2026 World Cup tickets for matches hosted in the United States. The measure addresses visa restrictions affecting some participating countries, including several African nations, and aims to reduce appointment waiting time to under 60 days. So that's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us. Have a good evening.